Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cheddar Podcast. This is episode 4, and we made it. We've been saying that every single episode, but Christian said, we'll keep saying it till episode 100, and then after the
century mark,
after the 100th episode, we'll let it go and we'll stop saying it. But so we're on the 4th episode. We got a lot of news to cover today. Big things happening in the hockey world, given that July 1st was the the restricted free agent deadline. So now a bunch of guys hit the market. Teams are making big offers. So We're it's big time. There's some big news. So we're going to be covering a lot of things. A little foreshadowing, the Ducks, a lot happened with the Ducks, and so we're going to be talking about that first here today. So, Christian's going to be presenting the slide deck today, which is good. So
we said in the last episode we're having some technical difficulties, so I think we're going to try it differently today. So I will present them on mine. So while I'm pulling these up here, Carson, let me know if you can see them well.
Yep, they look good to me.
So before we get into this, I was talking about last episode, we'd have the Spotify up. We have that up now. All the episodes will be going there as well, an audio version. I think the last one, the file was so weird, so it did audio and video. So you want to watch it on there? Great. So it's kind of for just our audio listeners only. So for some reason in the description of our YouTube, we can't put links until we're authorized YouTubers or whatever. And that just comes from either getting a history of videos or we get verified. I don't know which one's going to happen quicker of those two. So once we get that, I'll put the links in there. We have the Insta going too. Again, can't put the link to that in the YouTube yet, I don't believe. But yeah, so if you just look up Top Cheddar Podcast, you'll find both of them on their respective platforms. So but yeah, I think Carson, start us off here. We got the Leo Carlsson slide here and get us going.
Yeah, so the biggest news of the day and of the week probably is the whole Leo Carlsson situation. So for those of you who don't know what happened, I believe it was 2 days ago, Friday, the Philadelphia Flyers made an offer to Leo Carlsson to make him the highest paid NHL player in NHL history. So for those of you that aren't aware, Leo Carlsson is currently an Anaheim Duck. However, the way offer sheets work is that if a team can offer him a specific amount of money, and if his team, the Anaheim Ducks, cannot match that, then he will be going to that other team. So the team that offered it was the Philadelphia Flyers. They offered him $18 million a year, which, love Leo Carlsson, great young talent. Fine, sure. Or he's gonna be paid more than Kaprizov, McDavid, Draisaitl, all the big names. He's gonna be paid more than everybody, and that's kind of
he's the highest paid now, I think. Yeah.
So yes, he will be the highest paid because it's not a matter of if it will happen. It's just a matter of who will be paying him because he's gonna be making $18 million a year for 5 years. It's a 5-year deal, and it's gonna be on the Ducks or the Flyers. So both teams had some of the highest cap space available. Flyers and Ducks have a little bit of history recently with Cutter Gauthier going over to the Ducks, and then I can't think of it, Zegras going over to Philly, kind of swapping young talents and stuff like that. And this was kind of like a little fuck you from Philly, like we're gonna give Leo Carlsson this offer sheet. And so now the Ducks are sitting, and they have to make a play. They have to decide, do we want to keep this 21-year-old center who's probably going to be one of the top young talents in the league for years to come? He's 21 years old. He had 67 points last season, and that's just going to continue to ramp up. He was almost a point per game last season. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong. But $18 million, this is kind of that new wave we're seeing of the contract starting to ramp up. People were saying Kaprizov was an overpay. But now we're kind of understanding, you're seeing Robertson asking for a lot of money. Now people are offering Leo Carlsson $18 million a year. It's like the new trend is going to be up. We're going to be in the 20s in no time. It's just, Billy G kind of set that tone. He knew it was going to be. Kaprizov at 17 was going to be a deal because guys are going to be wanting a lot more in the future. So, Christian, I'll let you kind of give your thoughts on this, but just big news because it's just... We don't know. Anaheim has 7 days, and if they want to pay the $18 million per year for 5 years, they can do it. Otherwise, they send Leo to Philly, and they'll get 4 first-round picks in return, which isn't bad by any means, but the Ducks are a young team that can win now. I don't think they should get rid of Leo Carlsson, but for 18 mil, it's kind of questionable.
Yeah, I mean, Carson covered that beautifully. Like, we'll talk about this here even coming up in the episode. I think the Ducks got a leak in the tub right now. They got to patch it. They're losing a lot of young talent here. I think you almost got to fight for the kid. So it's so hard. I mean, hey, Leo, it's a win-win for him. He gets paid $18 million a year for 5 years either way. Like, good for the kid. But I can say kid because he's the same age. What are we doing? but it's just, yeah, I think if you're the Ducks, you got to fight here because it's just the leak is getting bigger and bigger. And again, we will cover that in the next couple slides to come here. But yeah, we just saw them make it to the playoffs this last year here. The Ducks have been good. Mighty Ducks again. But it's like, it's kind of sad to watch them losing the town here. It's like, it was just a little, like, small bell curve here, and they're just back in the trough again. So I think, yeah, you got to fight for the kid. I think you got to get him back here and just get the momentum going off him. Yeah, the first 4 first round picks are great, but those are hit or misses half the time. So it's like, he's going to play well. So you have the hit right here. But I mean, yeah, I think you covered it pretty well. All the details right here. It's pretty expensive. That's now, the richest contract. That's a lot of money. 18 mil for Leo Carlsson, which, again, not trying to give him flack, but Carson kind of had the tone too, and he said it too. I don't know if the kid's worth 18 mil, but obviously, yeah, I think it's the trend though. We saw Kaprizov have the largest contract last year, and I think we're going to keep seeing that for years to come of another player topping it. So, but yeah, I think we can move on to we were talking about the Ducks here, what we got for the next slide, but we'll eventually get to that point. So, unless Carson, you got something else to say, I think we can move on here.
Just one last note. In my opinion, I think the Ducks should sign him. They're second in the league in cap space. Obviously, 18 mil is a lot, but with the bleeding that they have had that you just said we're going to cover on this next slide, they need to kind of stop the bleeding a little bit. And you know what? Leo's 21. He's going to be great. 18 mil in 5 years is going to be nothing. I guarantee in 5 years the max contract is going to be somewhere around 25 million.
Yeah.
Like, cap space is going to keep going up. I think you got to sign him. You just got to bite the bullet. It sucks because Philly kind of put him in a chokehold here and is like, you got to make a play. Whoever ends up with Leo Carlsson, they're going to be dangerous. They're going to be dangerous because Philly has a good roster that they've been building, and both playoff teams. So we'll see what happens, but I think that the Ducks should sign him. I do. It sucks at that price, but I think they have to.
Yeah. All right. So, talking about the league, talking about the league here, dude. Yeah. Well, Ducks are losing some talent. I mean, I think the McTavish one really was a shocker to me when I saw that one come up. That one hurt, but the Trouba hurt too, dude.
Yeah, it feels like all the young talent is just kind of getting dished out. It's like, here, you guys can have them, and like, yes, and they have Seneca, they have Gauthier, but like, it's just like you let Olin Zellweger and Mason McTavish walk, both 22 and 23-year-olds, and then you let that experience walk in Trouba and John Carlson and Radko Gudas. It's like, that's 3 30-plus-year-old, and I get you don't want to pay these old guys, but like, sometimes, like we saw with the Carolina Hurricanes this year, you need that kind of older core to add some experience and really just kind of be that rock on that team. And so I know they let him walk, but like, it's just like, there's a lot of talent here. I mean, you see McTavish 41 points, Zellweger 42, Trouba 25, John Carlson had 60 points last season, Gudas had 13. I mean, it's not a lot. And then Leo Carlsson had 67 points. It's like, where are we filling all these point holes with? That's the first thing I think of when I'm looking at like trades and stuff. It's like, okay, how many points did he have? And now what is this team going to do to fill that void, right? So there's a lot going out and not enough coming in. And you know what? This would be good for maybe a rebuilding team, but the Ducks have young talent now, so they need to keep it, and they need to build around it and have a young core. There's a team that we will talk about later that's doing a great job doing that. The Ducks have not. And that with the amount of money that they have available, I don't understand why like this is why I say they're gonna have to pay Leo. It's gonna suck at that price point, but they're gonna have to pay him. But they optionally got rid of McTavish. It's like with those draft picks, and it's like, who knows? Maybe they really were confident that those draft picks were gonna make up for it. But it's like, you have young talent now. Why are we gambling? Why are we giving up points? Why are we trying to, be successful in 4 years when you can be successful now? I thought the Ducks could have been a Western Conference final team this year and next year. They're a dangerous team. And so it's like there's just a lot of talent out and not enough coming in. So, especially when you already have I already said this, but Bennett Seneca, like one of the top rookies in the class. It's like, you guys have the young talent there.
Yeah.
So let's just keep building around it. It's kind of especially when you have the money to pay guys. So I'll give this off to you, Christian, see what you think. But geez, yeah, it's just, you're gonna have to sign Leo, man. You're gonna have to.
I mean, yeah. What do they got? Like 38 million cap space right now.
Yeah, I think it was like 38. 40. Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, obviously, yeah. Like we showed on the last slide, he's taking like 55% of that with cap space. That sucks. That does. When it's like that's what talent pays for. That's the price it comes with. It's like, I mean, yeah. It's. I think we keep beating a dead horse with it, but it's like, yeah. I mean, Carson on the same page is like, got to keep the kid in Anaheim, man. Got to keep him there.
Yeah.
I think if you want the Ducks to fly, man, got to keep the kid in Anaheim. But I don't know. Carson covered it perfectly. It's like not much more I could say. It's like, yeah, they're losing talent. The leak is getting bigger. It's like you gotta patch the hole here soon. Mm-hmm. But yeah, with Bennett Seneca, super fun kid to watch play. It's you can build around him. He's that's what young talent's for. You build around him and hopefully utilize that talent.
His young guns on the market now. The UD Upper Deck Extended Series draft, so his young guns out on the market.
We hunting. Duck hunting.
Duck hunting. Yep.
But yeah, I think that probably covers it for the Anaheim problem we got here. But let's see what we got next. The kid making money.
Okay, yes. When I saw this, my jaw, it dropped. Like, because this kid, getting paid that much money and the amount of years that contract was, and honestly, it is such a deal for the Habs. Being able to get him for under 10 mil. Like, we're looking at what Leo Carlsson was going to get paid. Demidov had 62 points last season. He was 5 points under Leo Carlsson, and he's younger. So it's like, it's just crazy. So that's a typo. I don't know why that says left wing, but Demidov is not a left wing. But yeah, this was a great pickup for the Canadians. I mean, just big time. Like, that's all I can say. I saw this and I'm like, damn, 5 years and you're getting who is probably going to be a top-tier defenseman, possibly could be the best defenseman in the league in years to come, and you get him for under 10 mil. Like, what a signing for the Habs.
I think they just signed Dobish back for 3 years, if I just saw it the other day, which I loved watching Dobish play in the playoffs. I think I talked about it maybe the episode 1 or 2. So much fun to watch him play, so I'm really happy to see that deal, too.
Yeah.
Me and Carson, we Habs fans, dude. If we're going to root for a Canadian team, we like rooting for the Habs. It's a fun time to watch.
I have a Habs jersey in my closet.
I know, it's like, love watching Cole Caulfield play. Awesome. Yeah, Carson's jersey closet runs deep, dude. The pockets are empty for that. The deepest stack, dude. But like, it is. The Habs are a super fun team to watch, and if you're keeping Caulfield on team, get Demidov stacked with that. Then it's like, just make a move for Schaefer, then boom, you got it. You got the defense.
Yeah, no kidding. Holy crap.
But like, it's been fun to watch him. And like, I think this is what Anaheim should be taking notes off of. This young talent team is doing something right by keeping the young talent team. And it's like, they made a run, and it was super fun to watch them. Obviously, they got beat by the Stanley Cup champions of the year, the Hurricanes.
Yep.
So it's like, they put up a fight. Obviously, they weren't doing great with their scoring in the postseason. That's needed to come up. But it's like, they're young. They're going to learn from it. They're going to come back and hit harder. So it's like, I love to see this deal. I love to see that Demidov staying in the red. So it's fun. I can't wait to see how they play next year with this young talent, keep moving forward. And with Dobish and net, hopefully keeps performing at that high level. We've obviously seen some goalies have that burnout where they have one good year and it's just a plateau and then off. But I really hope that's not the case. Obviously for the Wild, I hope if we ever play them in the finals, then I do hope it's the case. But obviously that could be said for everyone. But yeah, I think that's all I got to say about probably the Demidov deal, unless you got more, Carson, for it.
Yeah, just Great deal. I mean, it's a young team. I feel like these guys are your kind of your Eastern Conference, young and up and coming, while the Sharks are the Western Conference up and coming. So who knows? We could be seeing a lot of Habs Sharks finals coming up in the years. Lane Hudson, Cole Caulfield, like Christian said, all these young guys, just great young team, and they're getting them at good prices. So clearly they're doing something right there with the management, and it's keeping guys who want to stay in Montreal. So congratulations to Ivan Demidov, and just keep winning, Montreal. You guys are going to get your cup here. You guys are going to get your cup.
Yeah. All right. The RoboCop or RoboDrop.
This dropped this morning.
Robo legal force.
Yes. So honestly, I'm not gonna lie here. I didn't know this was a thing until today. So for those of you who didn't watch the last episode, we covered Jason Robertson with his whole signing drama, because he wants to sign for this big contract, but he also wants to sign for a contender team. So he's like asking for just so much money for some of these teams that can't even offer it, and it's like, okay, dude, you might have to drop your standards just a little bit. But this morning, we learned that today, by the end of today, there is a deadline for something called arbitration. And so basically what it does is it's a 1-year deal set by the arbitrator, where he can
the judge is an independent judge. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Cases, yeah.
Okay, so he can stay in Dallas for the next year, and then next summer he will walk as an unrestricted free agent, where any team can offer him anything at that point, but he will not be eligible for any offer sheets. So that's kind of the big deal, is like he can't really, there's no more offer sheets for him. So he's just gonna be unrestricted next year. I was kind of like, this is kind of like a out of the left field, because I'm like, I was kind of hoping Dallas, because Dallas is a good team. I was kind of, and they're one of the Wild's rivals, so it's like I was kind of hoping Robertson would have just kind of left and been in a
downfall,
just go. And then they're like, last minute, they're like, well, actually, he can stay in Dallas for one more year pending some rule changes. And I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, obviously we talked about it last week. Seattle had the biggest deal with like $15 million. But I don't really, he declined it. I don't know why. Probably due to the fact that he just wanted to be on a contender now. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with this. Obviously, Robertson's a great player. The big thing to note is that next year Sagan for the Dallas Stars will be coming off a $9 million contract. So if Dallas did want to ramp up the offer, they could. So we'll see what happens. Christian, I'll let you give your thoughts on this, but just kind of a little bit annoying for a Wild fan who was hoping to maybe see him in a different conference or something.
No.
Yeah.
I think this one's an interesting one. I mean, like Carson said, it's like, we're going to be completely honest, obviously being the hockey show, I don't think either of us knew that arbitration was a thing, because I don't think it's happened in recent history that we've really kept up with. Because obviously getting into the show, we've started to watch all the news very intently. Yes. But so cool to learn. I know arbitration's a thing in like actual legal systems. So like I was like, all right, cool, it's in hockey now. Yeah, it's been in hockey, but I think it's an interesting play. I think if you're Robertson, holy shit, kid, the pressure's on this year to prove your worth to other teams.
You're right. That's true.
This could be the move of, all right, fine. You want to sign me for the price I was asking? Let me show you what I can do then for the price I'm asking. In my mind, don't know if that's the angle. Whatever. The kid's 26 years old. He's not old. He's got time to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, he's averaging over a point a game. It's like, that's outstanding. I mean, obviously, I glazed Robertson in the last episode. Do I stand by that he's still better than Leon Draisaitl?
Okay.
We can keep that to another day, but obviously I have a whole point backing it up. I'm going to get flamed for that, I know, but it's fine. I even saw in a comment, Carson, on Instagram post about Robertson saying, he's no Draisaitl. I was like, dang, that's like directly targeted at me. But I will stick to my guns. I'll take the smoke. I want it. I can defend it.
All right.
But I think what he's asking for, do I think for his talent? I mean, what we just saw for Leo Carlsson is outrageous now? No, I don't. I think Robertson's a better player than Carlsson. I think you could agree with me on that.
Yes.
And it's like I don't know why a lot of teams weren't willing to talk more about the deals that he's asking for. So I think he's a bit insane for turning down the Krakens, but I agree with you. I think he wanted a contender right away. But, I mean, if the Stars learn how to score 5-on-5 in the postseason, then, oh, shit. Here come the Stars.
Yeah, no kidding.
But that obviously benefited us this year. But, I mean, seriously, he's a playmaker when it needs to be a playmaker. Obviously, not on 5v5 sometimes, but...
Yeah.
Because what are they paying Rantanen? They're paying Rantanen the most right now.
I think it's 12. Right? I want to say 12.
I was going to say, they're paying him, I think, the $12 million as well. Yeah. So it's... And I think Rantanen could have been in for a little less, low-key.
Rantanen was in the box more than he was on the ice.
Yeah, it's like, I think he could have been... I think the money could have probably gone more towards Robertson.
He's definitely a good leader, but it's just
but
it's just like, I don't know. Yeah.
And whatever Jamie Benn's getting paid, you can lower that by 50%.
I think
And then you can tell we're Wild fans.
Fair enough. I won't oppose any Jamie Benn slander. So.
We're never getting him on the show. But, I mean, back to the question of it's a RoboCop or RoboDrop. The answer to it is third option, arbitration.
Yeah,
so
shit.
I think you're him this year, like I said earlier. It's time for you to show other teams what they're missing, what they could have. It's time to sell yourself. Yep. So show them what you can do, kid. That's all I could say.
For sure.
But I think we'll see. We'll come back to the show when we make it to episode 100, and we say, well, we still made it. If we get to the summer of 2027 here and we see what he wants to do and see what teams do, we'll see. And we'll see if he can top his 96 points. It'd be super cool if he can go over 100.
Yeah, 100-point season I think would kind of solidify that. Like, he's that guy now.
He can perform, so...
I will say before we move on, it's like I think this is kind of a sign that it's a cap shift era. We're kind of moving towards contracts. The criteria for a good contract is now changing, right? It's ramping up. And Robertson I think is realizing that. And so here's the thing. It's tough because a lot of these star players, they go and they look, hey, there's that guy over in that conference that's in, the other conference, and he's making that much on that team. I'm better than him. Why can't I be making that much? And it's like, well, okay, he's on a team where he is the best player. And Robertson is, don't get me wrong, arguably the best player on the Stars, probably the best player. Some would argue Johnston, probably just him and Johnston are the main arguments. I would say Robertson is the best player currently on the Stars. But that's the thing, is you have Johnston, you have Rantanen, you have other talent there. You have to pay. Yeah. And so unless you want to win a cup, you're going to, guys, I don't think Robertson cares about winning that much if he's really tanking his team this much for, obviously, I don't think Dallas could even give him a fair offer right now, so I think that's another thing. But I don't even know if they could offer him $13 million if he would take it right now.
Yeah, no,
I really don't.
I don't think he would. I really don't think he would.
And it's just situational because Leo Carlsson, that's $18 million. That's going to be the most paid player in the league. And it's all situational. It's because he's in a situation where there's two teams that want him and they can pay him that money because they have so much cap space. Dallas does not have a lot of cap space. It's tough, but that's the situation. Also, Robertson's 26, Carlson's 21. Robertson's ceiling, a lot of people, we see that ceiling for hockey players around that 30 years old. So they know, in the next 4 years, he could start to taper out. Where you see guys like Carlson, and that's like, dang, he's going to continue to produce more and more and more for the next 10 years. So there's a lot of value. We'll see what happens with this whole arbitration deal. If there's more that comes up, we'll have to cover it. But yeah, for now, kind of an interesting situation. You never thought Jason Robertson would have been the type of guy to go and money chase. Obviously, he deserves the payout, but...
Yeah, I didn't think it'd be the problem child.
In
quotes here.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have been the fly on the wall in the meeting of the Carlson deal when they first brought that offer over. I would have loved to hear the GM go, Are you kidding me? You're asking for what?
Yeah.
I would have loved to hear that conversation go. But to me, with Robertson, it really just speaks. I don't think he wants to be on the Stars. It truly seems like he told the GM, he's like, you can have me. He's like, he's like, I'm throwing an insane amount of money. If they pay it, I'll stay. Great. He's like, there's no way they're going to. So I think that was that's how I'm kind of reading it. I mean, I think he sees the future of like he is kind of competing with Johnson for money, renting in for money. It's like he's like I'm not going to see much room to grow here in my salary for what the talent I'm putting out. And it's honestly really cool that he trusts his agent that much. Like obviously you say like he works with Draisaitl as well, and he got $14 million. He's like, yeah, I want that too, man. I want my slice of the cake as well. It's like slice of the pie, whatever you want. And it's like, yeah, I think it's cool that he has a trust into that, and I think it's cool to see that agents are working for their players really hard and to get them their respected pay. It's like there's money to be grabbed in these teams. It's like, bro, take the money. It's like if it's just sitting there, it's just sitting there. What's it going to go to anyway? So it's like you're not gonna sign a really good player for $3 million. It's just not going to happen. So, but yeah, I think on the other side, like I'm kind of playing devil's advocate to what Carson said, but of him being selfish, and I can see the angle for sure. But it's also he knows his worth.
Yep.
It's got to fight for it. But yeah.
Yep. So we'll keep following that closely. But yeah, next topic. All right, so we've been talking a lot of
danger rising in the West, dude.
Yeah. A lot of negative maybe about some teams that are making some poor choices, but this is a team that isn't making poor choices. And I just want to, before we start, there were a lot of like critics on social media this week talking about why are you signing this guy? Why are you signing that? Guys, are we serious? Like, okay, I know episode 1 we clowned on Darnell Nurse. But don't get me wrong, if he's going to be there paired with Trouba and like all these other great defensemen it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Here's the problem. They're not asking for Darnell Nurse to be their top producing defenseman. You got Trouba there as well. And then on top of it, he's going to be playing that top line most likely. You got Celebrini and Will Smith up there as well. So the whole point of this segment was to just highlight how well San Jose rebuilt. I mean, look at this lineup. This is the projected lineup that I got off of it was a specific website kind of just going off of the current modern like day-to-day, they update daily what the current projection of next year's lineup is going to be. So this is what the Sharks are looking at. A lot of these players were picked up via draft picks, free agency, and within the past 4 to 5 years, and a lot of them even 2 to 3. So it's like there's so much young talent on this team, and then they just kind of paired it with a nice vet D pair as well, with Trouba and Nurse. Sharks are going to be scary. Sharks are going to be good. I want to say, I know we clowned on Nurse, but now that he is with the San Jose line, he might have his highest point season this season with the Sharks.
It's a young moving team. I mean, this is a goal-scoring team. Like, seriously, like, I think I threw out the stat of Celebrini is like the number 1 teen now, or no, I think it's Schaefer, but Celebrini is really close to it. Being the number 1 teen that had like was involved in the most goals, like percentage of goals being scored. And I'm like getting mixed up now. I can't remember if Schaefer or Celebrini, but either
I think you said it was Celebrini. I think it was Celebrini. I think
Schaefer was in second then or something like that. But still, that's an insane stat. It's like it was compared to Gretzky. It's like that's an insane stat. It shows the puck's being put in the net. It's hitting the net in the back, dude. Like, so if Nurse can get in on that. Again, like we said, it's like, yeah, we clowned him, but we also, I think, wrapped it up with sometimes players just need a change.
Yes, exactly.
It truly is. It's like Edmonton is a sand pit, dude. Like, it's an anomaly in the league. No one knows what happens in Edmonton and why it's happening that way. Obviously, goaltending is a big one, but, I mean, even if these two pair don't go up, well, they got Keaton Verhoff and Ryan Lind, too. The defensive picks, obviously, they'll be probably in the minors for cooking a little bit, but, like, if they're great coming up, cool. You have more defensemen that you can put in to try out some builds. So, yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think it's scary. Scary as a Wild fan in the Western Conference. It's scary. Watching what this team's going to put together. Will it be fun to watch? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really fun team to watch. Hockey's hockey, man.
Yeah.
Fun team's a fun team. So, obviously, for me and Carson, it's not great. For San Jose fans, I know if you dedicated ones, you have your time in the sun finally, man. So
yeah, this is going to be... I'm excited to watch them this year. They're a fringe playoff team, obviously missed the playoffs this year, but I think they got plenty of assets, and they haven't even spent up all their cap space yet. I think, obviously, I don't know how much signing needs to be done now, because obviously there's a lot of young guys, so they got a lot of rookie deals right now. So honestly, if San Jose somehow went and won the cup this year, that would be the biggest steal of all time, because you got so many guys on like rookie deals right now, and if you're able to just make a push and win it now, and you barely had to spend any money, crazy. And they could very well do that this year. I mean, yes, the Trouba and Nurse contracts are quite high. for their age. However, with the amount of money that they can spend, it's fine. It's not a big deal. My biggest thing was like, it's kind of cool to see, Trouba literally just going to San Jose from Anaheim, staying very close in the state of California, but, still in that division. So, we're going to see some kind of yeah, possibly, but just a fun young team to watch. It's going to be the new, I think this is going to be the new franchise, the new dynasty, some would say. So,
or we can be completely wrong and they flop.
Yeah, so who knows? They could put up 60 points this season and end up screwing the whole thing up. But I think if everybody stays healthy, it's
a pretty dangerous team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like
names coming up here.
The reason I'm so confident too that Darnell Nurse is going to put up so many points is because Celebrini and Will Smith. It's like Celebrini had 115 points this season, and he's so young. He's going to continue to just rise and rise, and especially if they're building around him. There's so many players around him that are going to elevate his game while he's also elevating everyone else's game. And that D pair back there is what holds everything together. And so, whether it's shots coming in from the blue line and Celebrini and Smith getting rebounds and putting them away, or just playing the puck up, Nurse and Trouba are going to be racking up the assists this year because those two are going to be making plays. They are going to be finishing the plays. Like, I know for a fact that they're experienced. They're good D-men. They're going to be able to set them up. Celebrini and Will Smith will get the job done. Trust me when I say that. Like, Celebrini had 115 points, I think, last season. Like, that's a lot of fucking points.
Combo is crazy, man.
It's gonna be dangerous. It's gonna be dangerous.
Beautiful. Is that the last one? Oh no, we got some local home news. I forgot.
Yeah,
about
so
that.
This maybe wasn't like the biggest. There was a lot of moves, but Minnesota guys, I want to call. Yep, I always want to cater to my Minnesota people. I also know more about this topic. Me and Christian do because we follow it a little bit closer because we're Wild fans. So two big things happened. Obviously, Matt Zuccarello went to LA. Sucks. Everyone here loves Zuki. People are kind of mad at Billy G, but also you gotta see it in the fact that he's gonna be 39 by the time the season starts. We gotta let Kirill spread his wings and learn how to play without him a little bit.
Yeah.
He needs to kind of take that next step to be, just an independent player. Obviously, we know that Kirill elevates everybody else's game. We knew that. It wasn't saying that Zuki was better than Kirill and he was the only reason he was doing good, but we think that there was a little bit of a crutch there. And so if we take that away and kind of just let Kirill spread his wings and he's got to learn. So we'll see how it works out. But Zuki, 7 seasons in Minnesota, some would say he was one of the best free agent pickups for the Wild in season, like in franchise history. Because you see the production he had, he almost, not a point per game, but he had 758 points in 874 career games played. Like, that is really good production out of a guy. So just all love to Zuki. I hope he does great things in LA, and we're
gonna miss him. Yeah,
he was awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna miss him.
But you know what? It was time to move on. He was old. It's at the end of the day, we gotta keep. We gotta
thinking of the future. It's hockey's ever evolving. Yeah,
yep.
It's time. I mean, like, to take it away from Carson as well. We're on so many Wild feeds, we're on so many Minnesota feeds, so we have a lot of the emotional side of it, I think, right now, of the sense of Bizuk. Dude, I was sad. I read the news, I'm like, it's hard to not be gut-wrenched with it when we first read it. It's like, since I've been a Wild fan, he's been such a big part of the team, really, and it's hard. It's like, he helped me get into the Wild. With him and Kaprizov is one of the most fun combos to watch. But me and Carson talked about this. Like, Carson said it there. We've talked about this all week of, yeah, Kirill, it's time to spread your wings, dude. It's time for you to earn that pay. And I think that's the angle Billy G is really taking at it. I see Billy G, what we talked about is Bill Guerin, one GM of the year. But, like, that's who we're talking about. I think that's the angle he's taking at it. I truly do. Because people are, like, so blindsided by us. I'm like, come on, guys. Like, if you think about it for a couple seconds, what is limiting Kaprizov right now in the postseason last year? When Zuccarello was out, he was playing terribly because it was such a shock to him in his play style. It's time to start using your other line mates, and it's time to start using the whole team and your individual talent and shoot the puck yourself. Me and Carson were flipping our shit respectfully of him not shooting the puck in the postseason, of him always having to be an orchard and giving the puck to someone else. We're paying you $17 million a year, dude. It's time to put that puck in the back of the net. And hopefully this kind of gives him a kick in the ass to get going here. So, yeah, I totally agree with Carson on that take. And I'm sure there's other Minnesota fans saying the same thing. But yeah, I mean, we flip to the other side now of the Jake Middleton trade. That I don't think a lot of people are sad to see happen. I can let Carson give his first take on that. I can follow up.
Yeah, Middleton, great locker room guy. He was a funny, one of those glue guys you want is like your back end D. But God, when you saw him go up against once you go up against the top dogs, yes,
goal.
Yeah, it's just like okay, we need to. It's time to move on. Also, I didn't realize, and Christian, I don't know if you want to fact check this right now, but that's the number I got. 3 years, $4.35 million. There's that sounded like a lot to me, but that's what I found.
I can check it.
If that's what the Wild were paying Jake Middleton, holy overpay. Because I'm sorry, that he was not worth all that. Obviously, we had to throw in some picks, but in return, we get Blake Coleman, who I had never heard before this, but after looking at his production, actually not a bad player. A center left wing kind of guy. I think he's down as a left wing right now, but I think he can obviously switch and play. And then Olli Mata, defenseman, older defenseman, but he's a 2-time Cup winner. He won back with the Pens during the Sidney Crosby era. So just, two guys who I think obviously are upgrades. I think Mata is a better defenseman 1-for-1 than Middleton. I think anybody can agree with that. And Blake Coleman.
We were paying him that. Sorry to cut you off. Yeah, we were paying him that. That's the wild money for you, man.
Yeah, it's like why? That's Middleton. Yeah, but and then the big things here is I believe Coleman is on the salary retention.
50%.
Yes, so 50% is staying in Calgary, so we only have to pick up half of his contract, which is great.
Huge. That's
huge.
Because
Wild obviously are still looking for that last piece. We love Coleman. The big thing has been that two-way penalty kill defenseman kind of deal. Obviously, he's not a defenseman, but when he's defending on the penalty kill, apparently he's like a great killer. So, and Zook was always a good killer for us as well. So it's kind of a nice filler for that. We get that veteran back end defenseman with Mata. Obviously, we aren't necessarily looking for any defensemen right now for our top line because we have Faber. I feel like the top
the Faves Hughes combo. I think that's just kind of gonna be there for a while.
We're good there. And then our middle two, Spurgeon and Brodin. Obviously, they're getting older, but I'm fine with Spurgeon and Brodin as our second pair right now. And then Mata and I think who knows who's gonna be in that sixth slot. I know the Wild just signed Damon Hunt just recently, right before the episode started. So he could be coming up. He came up in the playoffs a couple times last season. So. I think it's a great pickup for the Wild. I think honestly, people said we fleeced the Flames, but I don't necessarily think we fleeced them.
Yeah. I think the 50% was nice. I think a lot of people thought that was kind of the fleece to it, but it's
I think the draft capital might hurt us a little bit, but honestly, not giving up a first round pick here was the biggest thing. And I think the biggest part of this deal is Coleman. Blake Coleman seems like he's going to be a big impact, and he might have a career season here because he's going to be playing with some big dogs. So I'm excited to see where Coleman lands on the lines. But just great play by Billy G. We were kind of sitting in our chairs. We're like, so when are the Wild going to do something?
Yeah, we're going to jump in on this.
It's like all these guys are available. Let's go spend some money and make sure we can actually compete for a cup this year. Given we lost Johansson, Tarasenko, and now Zuki, it's like we gotta fill these holes, guys. So I don't know. I like the trade. So Christian, I'm sure you can talk about this a little bit, but I'm sure you feel the same way.
Yeah, no, and again, it's obviously, it's me and Carson are very good friends. It's we talk about this stuff before the show. So it's we agree on this one. I think we're both in agreement, like you just said as well. It's dude, it's time to go shopping. There's a huge sale going on. It's where were we? We weren't even in the store. But I think it's showing that Billy G might be actually talking. I think I just saw a post saying that behind the scenes, Billy G said there were some deals that we just had to walk away from because they weren't there. You know, fair enough.
Yep.
Now, I don't know what those deals are. We probably never will. But is Larkin signed anywhere yet? I don't think he is, right?
So
it's like...
I wanted to get to that. It's Wild are a little tight for money. And so it's like not tight. Like they could sign, I think they could sign like an $8 million contract at this point.
I think the ship's kind of sailed though.
Yeah, so it's like we got some budget guys. I would consider this. I didn't add a slide for this, but it just kind of came up, and since we're on the Minnesota Wild slide, I thought we might as well just bring it up. Christian, I'm sure you saw the buzz about the GM of the Red Wings stating that the only deal they would accept for Dylan Larkin from the Minnesota Wild would have to involve Matt Boldy.
I'm gonna say good luck to that one, man.
Exactly.
I watch us go on our phones right after we're done recording this. Matt Boldy. I'm like, no.
I don't think Billy G's that dumb.
But yeah, to those who don't know, Matt Boldy's been a great player. Like, who I don't watch the Wild closely as we do.
Yes.
Matt Boldy's been a really good player, and that's why we laughed when Carson just said that. It's like, we need Boldy. Boldy and Kirill are the future talent here, I think, if we hold on to him, obviously with Hughes and Faber. That's your 4. In my opinion, that's your 4. And Carson could disagree with me on that.
No.
That's completely fine. But
you're right. You're good there.
When I need guys to get the job done for the Wild, that's who me and Carson go to. Like, that's our 4.
Yeah.
But, so it's like, losing Boldy, that hole just got bigger on that leak if you do that. To get Larkin, not fair to me.
Yeah, you can hold... Hey, man, Detroit, hey, hold on to Larkin. You're fine. Clearly, you're fine where you are. You're missing the playoffs the past, 11 years or whatever. So, you guys are good there. Hold on to him. You guys don't need to rebuild or anything. So, you're good. You're good. If you're happy with the production... If you think you're going to get Matt Boldy for Dylan Larkin, you're a fucking moron. Sorry. Holy shit. Like, come on, bro. Boldy's 23 years old? Larkin's in his 30s, and Boldy already had a season that was career for him last season.
And a medal around his neck.
Well, and Larkin did too. Fair, you know, Larkin was on that Olympic team too, but Boldy had a season that outshined any season Larkin had down the stat sheet at any point in his career, and he had it at 23.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, he just had his first 40-goal season, and he's one of those guys, he's only going to get better. Matt Boldy will be in Minnesota for the top, and I know we say we need a top-line center, but not for Matt Boldy.
To make sure he didn't get traded while we're talking about
So,
like, we're just eating our words this entire time.
But, yeah, no. Matt Boldy will not be involved in any trades. That's one of those guys where it's like, nope, him, Kaprizov, Faber, I think, and Hughes are the 4 guys where it's like, yeah, no, they're not going anywhere. So
Trevor Zegras just elected arbitration. Dude, I just got 15 player lists that elected arbitration in the NHL.
Oh.
Wow. Jamie Drysdale did too. That's crazy. But,
so that's... You know, I don't want to get off too far off on a tangent, but Zegras arbitration, I wonder if that's because, you know, if the Flyers have to do this deal with Leo Carlsson, you know, then I wonder how much money's available for a Zegras contract.
There, yeah.
Just maybe trying to delay that Zegras contract a little bit, and then maybe Zegras is just like, hey, I'm going to re-sign here as long as you guys give me the right money next year. Because obviously the big thing with arbitration, I think, is like you're basically giving up your rights to the player, so next year it's like anybody can give them any amount of money they want, and they can go anywhere.
He's a solid player.
Yeah,
I love watching Zegras
for sure.
It's like I don't know, but
he's part of that young Ducks or the young Flyers core. Yeah, so well, we won't go too far off because we're trying to. Yep, but good news. Yeah, so I think
that's the last one. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, beautiful.
So
no, I mean, I think for news of the league, obviously not as much as last week. Carson mentioned that. I think it's still pretty big news. I think quality over quantity and quantity over quality, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
But I think we'll see how it plays out. I think Robo is really trying to make a move for something, and I think a lot of people think he's insane. A lot of people think he's valid. But I think we'll see where that goes.
Let him prove himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
I think it's time to sell yourself, kid.
Yeah.
But I think with the Wild, for me, from a hometown stance, I think you got to plug one more hole still. I think we got to get one more solid player, and we can then I think I feel a little more confident. I'm still a little shaky.
Even if it means moving some assets, like, to get that guy. Obviously not Matt Boldy, but
if Jared Spurgeon has to go, so be it. You didn't hear that from me, but
I'm not going to oppose the statement.
Love Spurgeon. He's got the C on his chest, but good Lord, I think me and Carson are crashing out more over his name than anyone else on this team this year. So, yeah. But I think we'll see where we go. I for a Wild stance, we'll do our personal side. We'll go the league side. Personal stance as Wild fans, we're excited. I think it's going to be a super fun year. It's going to be a hell of a time to watch them. So,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, people are saying it's the best team we've had in franchise history.
Oh, for sure.
I agree with that. Me and Carson both agree with that.
Closest we've been to a championship ever.
Yeah, so it's hopefully we don't plateau fall. We plateau rise up.
Yep.
So hopefully. But
let's not pull a Mighty Ducks here. Let's not pull a Mighty Ducks.
Let's not lose all of our young talent.
Yep.
But I think for my side to wrap up for the league, I think it's going to be really fun to watch the West. I don't think the Western powerhouse is stopping anytime soon. I think the East has got to kick something up here. I think they got to get some momentum moving here. Obviously, we had the Canes win it, but like in terms of overall dogfight, the Central Division was by far, I think, the best division for dogfights of that talent spot. But yeah, I'll let Carson wrap up his take.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching episode 4 of the Top Cheddar Podcast. We'll probably see you guys all next week as there's just going to more and more news is going to keep rolling in. So we hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you all next episode. Goodbye.